The Turnspit Dog, a breed that not only melted hearts but also played a vital role in kitchens across late 18th century England, was praised for its peculiar yet essential function. Bred specifically to run on a wheel, these devoted canines tirelessly turned the meat spit over the fire, ensuring that roasts were cooked evenly while families gathered around the hearth, sharing meals and stories. Imagine a scene where the savory scent of roasting meat wafts through the air, while a small, hardy dog tirelessly runs in service to his master's culinary ambitions. In this age, the Turnspit Dog was more than a pet. It was a staple of domestic life, an unsung hero in the kitchen. When we picture Turnspit dogs, we often envision their stout bodies, short legs, and long, thin tails that seemed perfectly designed for their arduous labors. They were compact yet muscular, with a distinctively elongated back and large, expressive eyes that radiated determination and loyalty. Their coats varied in color, often featuring shades of black, brown, or brindle with markings that were as unique as each individual. This physicality was essential for their specific role. They needed to be agile enough to navigate the cramped spaces of kitchens while possessing the stamina to run continuously on a treadwheel for hours on end. Their temperament also played a significant role in their success. Known for being eager to please, intelligent, and remarkably trainable, these dogs thrived on the companionship of their human counterparts, forging a bond that was both functional and emotional. Historically, the significance of the Turnspit Dog transcended its mere utility. As England embraced the Industrial Revolution, the landscape of culinary practices began to shift. The late 18th century marked a time when elevated dining experiences became accessible for a burgeoning middle class. The anticipation of a perfectly cooked roast moved beyond just a meal. It turned into a societal event, signifying wealth, status, and hospitality. The Turnspit Dog was a part of this transformation, often seen scurrying around grand kitchens filled with bustling chefs and delighted guests. Yet, as households transitioned to modern kitchen conveniences such as gas and electric ovens, the reliance on the furry kitchen assistants began to wane. While they were initially vital to kitchens, the mechanization of cooking tools effectively rendered the Turnspit Dog obsolete, leading to a steep decline in their numbers. Their story encapsulates a broader narrative about how societal advancements can lead to the fading relevance of once cherished creatures. The rise and inevitable fall of the Turnspit Dog reflects not only a change in culinary methods, but also an evolving understanding of the bond between humans and their four-legged companions. The Turnspit Dog's fate raises important questions about progress and nostalgia. As we navigate through modern life, it prompts us to consider the role of utility animals in our history and reminds us of a time when every creature had a distinct purpose, contributing to the fabric of daily existence. This emotional connection to the past invites us to reflect on the intricate relationship we share with our pets today, challenging us to reevaluate what we deem essential in our lives. Their legacy, though nearly forgotten, beckons to be remembered as a testament to resilience and companionship, a dance between utility and affection that deserves a place in our collective history. In the bustling kitchens of late 18th century England, the Turnspit Dog was more than just a pet. It was an essential cog in the culinary machinery of large households. While we might think of roasting meat as a simple affair today, It was a labor-intensive process in a time when cooking was both an art and a science. These dogs were specifically bred for one critical task: turning the meat on a spit, ensuring that every cut was evenly cooked. A well-roasted piece of meat was the centerpiece of any respectable feast, and the Turnspit Dog held the key to achieving that culinary perfection. Imagine the scene: a crackling fire, the tantalizing aroma of roasting meat filling the air, and the rhythmic sound of paws padding around the hearth. The Turnspit Dog would be harnessed to a device called the turnspit, a mechanism that consisted of a beam, a wheel, and a crank. As the dog trotted on the wheel, it would rotate the spit, allowing the meat to bask in the heat of the fire. This not only prevented the meat from burning, but also ensured it was consistently juicy and flavorful. It was a delicate dance of labor that required no small amount of stamina and skill, and these dogs took to it naturally. But the role of the Turnspit Dog extended far beyond simply cooking dinner. In an era when culinary arts were closely intertwined with social status, these dogs became symbols of affluence and refinement. Large estates boasted intricate kitchens where skilled chefs created elaborate dishes that showcased the wealth and sophistication of the household. The ability to serve perfectly roasted meats became a hallmark of gourmet dining, and as such, the Turnspit Dog was considered a necessary asset. For the wealthy, having a Turnspit Dog was a sign of good taste and culinary prowess, elevating the status of not just the kitchen, but the family as a whole. As society evolved and technology advanced, the reliance on Turnspit dogs waned. Innovations like the mechanical rotisserie began to emerge, allowing cooks to roast meat without the need for a dog's labor. As they gradually faded from kitchens, the Turnspit dogs faced the grim reality of diminishing roles. The very job they were bred for became obsolete, marking the beginning of their decline. This shift not only speaks to the changing landscape of culinary practices, but also reflects deeper societal changes regarding the roles of animals in our lives. The story of the Turnspit Dog encapsulates more than just a brief glimpse into culinary history. It poses important questions about the intersection of utility and companionship. While they were bred for labor, they also formed bonds with the human families they served. Their loyalty and dedication were given freely, earning them a place not only in the kitchen, but in the hearts of those who relied on them. As we reflect on their fate, we shine a light on the often overlooked roles animals play in our historical narrative, reminding us of a time when companionship was often both practical and emotional. In our modern world, the decline of the Turnspit Dog serves as a poignant reminder of how quickly roles can change. What was once a celebrated aspect of domestic life became a ghost of culinary tradition, leaving us to ponder the place of utility in our relationship with animals today. As we step into the early 19th century, the world around the Turnspit Dog began to change in ways that would alter not only the culinary landscape, but also the very fabric of human-animal relationships. The advent of better cooking technologies, particularly the mechanical spit, signaled a turning point for this once revered breed. No longer reliant on the strength and endurance of a small dog to turn the roasting meat, households quickly adopted these machines. While they certainly made cooking more efficient, they also rendered the Turnspit Dog increasingly obsolete. Instead of running on the treadmills of the kitchens, these dogs found themselves left out in the cold as machinery took over a task they were bred to perform. Yet it wasn't just the innovation of tools that shifted the fate of these dogs. The early 19th century also brought a significant transformation in societal attitudes toward animals. As the century progressed, there was a growing recognition of the need for animal welfare, leading to a more compassionate view of domestic creatures. Organizations like the Royal Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals emerged, advocating for the rights and well-being of animals that had been historically relegated to mere tools of labor. This movement influenced how society regarded breeds like the Turnspit Dog, born from necessity rather than companionship. Within this evolving landscape, the Turnspit Dog's fate was sealed. As kitchens adopted new technologies and societal values shifted, fewer households depended on dogs for cooking tasks. The very purpose for which they had been bred began to vanish. Ironically, as these dogs were being freed from grueling kitchen work, they faced the impending danger of extinction. The practical roles they played in society became less relevant, causing many to question the need for such breeds altogether. Companionship began to dominate the narrative of dog ownership, which primarily favored breeds that could fit into family life rather than serve a functional role. Additionally, this transformation in perspective led to a reevaluation of various dog breeds across society. With the rise of pet culture, the canine companions who once filled labor-intensive roles were increasingly viewed as part of the family. As industrial society continued to develop, creatures admired for their beauty, temperament, and companionship flourished. The harsh realities of the world that bred the Turnspit Dog were slowly fading from memory. As the 19th century progressed, the gradual decline of the Turnspit Dog was all but set in stone. With each mechanical device that whirred to life in kitchens, fewer dogs were needed and fewer were bred. By the late 1800s, their numbers had dwindled to such a degree that they were no longer common sights in the bustling households of England. Those that survived became rare gems, often romanticized and remembered more as a curiosity than as important contributors to the culinary prowess of their time. The fate of the Turnspit Dog serves as a poignant reminder of how societal priorities shape the existence of entire breeds. As we look back on this chapter of history, we are called to reflect on the intricate connections between utility, companionship, and our ever-evolving relationship with animals. The story of the Turnspit Dog illuminates the delicate balance of human progression, the innovation that drives us forward, and the creatures who, in their own quiet way, have accompanied us along the journey. As we reflect on the eventual extinction of the Turnspit Dog, we must grapple with what this signifies about our relationship with animals. The decline of this once vital breed is not merely a story of loss. It serves as a poignant reminder of the impact of industrialization and changing human priorities. Once seen as indispensable helpers in the kitchen, the Turnspit Dogs were gradually relegated to the sidelines as their unique skill set became obsolete, mirroring broader societal shifts in how we perceive utility and companionship in our bond with animals. The transition from relying on these dogs for roasting meat to favoring mechanical devices illustrates a significant change in culinary practices. With the embrace of modern conveniences, the tasks that once defined the roles of the Turnspit Dog faded into history. This shift prompts us to reconsider our roles and responsibilities towards domesticated animals. Are we merely to value them for their utility, or do we recognize their inherent worth as companions? The Turnspit Dog reminds us that animals are not just extensions of our labor force. They possess their own identities, emotions, and histories that deserve to be acknowledged. Moreover, the story of the Turnspit Dog aligns with the rise of animal welfare movements in the 19th century. With the emergence of organizations advocating for animal rights, society began to question the ethical implications of using animals solely for human benefit. This evolution in thinking led to a broader recognition of the need for compassion and kindness in our treatment of all animals. The Turnspit Dog, once a paragon of labor, became a symbol of what happens when society's priorities shift. As we study these changes, we can glean valuable lessons for today. The plight of the Turnspit Dog resonates with contemporary discussions about animal welfare and rights. It urges us to look beyond the surface and consider how our actions affect the lives of animals that share our world. In recognizing the unique histories and roles of different breeds, we can make more informed decisions about how we treat them, whether for companionship, work, or even culinary purposes. Looking at our modern culinary practices, it's interesting to note how the legacy of breeds like the Turnspit Dog continues to influence our relationship with food. The convenient and efficient machinery we have today may save time, but it also detaches us from understanding the labor that goes into food preparation. This separation underscores the importance of remembering the past, a past where animals like the Turnspit Dog played crucial roles. By acknowledging their contributions, we can develop a deeper appreciation for the intricate connections between our diets and the animals with whom we once shared such intimate workloads. In conclusion, the story of the Turnspit Dog reflects a fascinating interplay between utility, companionship, and the evolving landscape of human-animal relationships. It compels us to think critically about how we engage with the animals in our lives. The extinction of the Turnspit Dog speaks not only to a loss of a breed, but also to a broader narrative about our responsibilities and our capacity for empathy toward all creatures. Recognizing these histories can enrich our understanding of the profound bond we share with domesticated animals, ultimately guiding us toward a more compassionate future.